taking a moment to just arrive in your body, making that effort to adjust yourself, reset the way that your legs, your feet, your pelvis, your spine maybe, noticing how you might be able to support yourself in a different way, or perhaps with a little bit more compassion. And I'm going to go ahead and ring that gong so that we can switch gears and shift into this time and space of meditation. Inviting the mind to quiet to the sound and sensation of the breath. Relaxing the face, the jaw, the tongue, the eyeballs, the forehead, the scalp. Relaxing even in the cheekbones and the ears. And just noticing that ability to relax a little bit more as we walk the fingers of the mind down through the spine, across the tops of the shoulders, down behind the heart, and down across the arms, all the way down to the elbows and the wrists, the hands and the fingers, settling to wherever it feels natural for you. Observing the natural ebb and flow as the fingers of the mind continue to make their way down through the back of the spine, into the low back, into the sacral space, the back of the pelvis, and into the whole of the pelvic bowl. Allow for the abdomen to relax even more. Observing the natural ebb and flow of the breath. Consider counting the beats of the inhale, inviting a subtle pause at the top of the breath, and then counting the beats of the exhale, and inviting a sense of balance there. Noticing that sense of softness in the breath, in the body, and in that space of your third eye, relaxed in your gaze, allowing for ease in the eyeballs, the forehead, and the eyebrows. Bringing your attention to the top of the head. Imagine a spiral moving outward in a spiral shape from the center at the crown of your head. And the spiral is made of a golden light. And as you draw the spiral on the top of your skull, allow for a sense of expansion. That spiral of light beginning to flow upward. And you see the spiral of golden light flowing upward from the crown of the head and connecting effortlessly to a star. Recognizing the star as your higher self. And so your little self plugs in, happily charging up with the light of this glowing orb of love. Charging and charging, the light flows downward through that spiral into the crown of the head and continues to spiral downward, spinning and expanding and flowing freely in the space of the cranium, opening up, clearing space, and activating the space of the third eye with light. Spirals of light continuing to flow downward into the neck and the throat. Here we can feel this light activating and purifying the energy of our neck and throat. Watching this light flowing downward and feeling it as it moves into the heart space. This light spinning and expanding even more around the shoulders, the lungs, the energy center of the heart, being purified, activated, awakened by this light. And this golden light of your higher self continues to flow effortlessly down into the abdomen, the space of the solar plexus, spinning and expanding like a disc at your center, We can feel and see the light filling the abdomen, awakening and purifying effortlessly as it continues to dance about the abdomen, flowing downward into the lower abdominal space, the pelvic bowl. Activating and waking up the space of the second and first chakra. And as the light finds its way into that root chakra space, it flows effortlessly downward through this spiral energy into the earth. And so you see the light flowing from your higher self downward into the crown of the head, flowing effortlessly through the body, spiraling and dancing within. And as it moves into the earth, it rebounds. You can see the light flowing outward and upward around us in all directions, coming to a point about a foot or so above the crown of the head. And we notice that nexus point at the top, above the crown of the head, and we notice a point as well beneath us in the earth. And we can see this light flowing between those 2 points around us, surrounding us and filling us up. Awash in light, held by the light of your higher self. Resting in this effervescent orb of light. Noticing any places within your body that feel somewhat restricted to that light, perhaps just a subtle shadow of awareness here or there. Enveloped in the light of your higher self, can ask what you need to know about these shadowy spots that you become aware of. Asking your higher self, what do I need to know in this moment? What am I not paying attention to? Acknowledging these shadowy spots with this question, this curiosity, this genuine inquiry, and allowing for whatever arises. All the while encompassed in this orb of loving light. this light of your higher self without judgment, full acceptance, understanding. Marinating in the love and light of your higher self, observing the photons dancing around you and through you. Continuing to feel the charging up, the refueling of your very essence by this higher self love, encompassing you in light. As you feel this charging up, notice the places in the body that feel the most expansive. Allowing for that natural expansiveness to extend outward in the form of light. Perfectly connected to the earth through that vortex, that nexus point of light beneath you, and perfectly connected to your higher self through that nexus point of light above you. Held in love and light. Returning your attention to the point at the base beneath you and recognizing it as a point of a triangle. The other points extending outward beyond your shoulders, and just becoming aware of that energy arrangement of the sacred triangle. Continuing to feel that sense of being held in an orb of light. We recognize the triangle from the shoulders to the point beneath us. And we acknowledge this sacred shape of the triangle pointing toward the earth and a symbol of connection and receptivity, We acknowledge the feminine aspects of our higher self. Our ability to hold space, to nurture, to accept. Our urges to be whimsical, to play, to dance, to create, to express. And with the next few breaths, we invite this triangular shape to begin to rotate as if we're flicking it with our breath, like blowing into a pinwheel. And this triangular shape begins to rotate towards the left at whatever pace is natural and organic. And as we see the spinning triangular shape of our feminine aspects, we bring our attention to the point above us, and we find the base of that triangle out from our hips or our knees, wherever it happens naturally for you. We acknowledge this upward pointed triangular shape as a reflection of our masculine energies, the divine masculine of the higher self, protective, strong, directed, supportive, also expressing itself in creativity and purpose. And with this awareness, we invite that upward pointed triangular shape of light points to rotate, giving it a spin to the right. And it may take a few moments before we find some balance between the two spinning triangles. Observing these light-filled sacred shapes spinning in opposite directions, dancing together in perfect harmony. And so we find ourselves activated in the Merkaba of our higher self, a connected space integration, body, in the physical, breath, in the energetic, and spirit of the celestial. Spinning in this orb of loving light, held and fueled by your higher self. Soft in the body, soft in the breath, soft with your inner gaze. Allowing for the possibility of lifting off this effortless and harmonious activation of the Merkaba allows us to take a little ride. And as you feel this sense of liftoff, you notice in the distance a rainbow. This vibrant rainbow of light becomes closer as you float towards it. And as you approach, you begin to take your Merkaba for a ride up over the rainbow till you arrive at the top of the arc, where above you notice a big cloud. And on the cloud, you find yourself resting, still a ball of light, and yet yourself. And you find yourself looking in a mirror, observing the reflection of your light body in this mirror. We invite more inquiry. Perhaps you'll ask that reflection what you need to know now, in this moment. Perhaps you'll notice some aspects of your image in the mirror that are of interest to you. Some colors or symbols or words or shadowy bits that might arise in that reflection. And give yourself some time here to stay curious with inquiry to the mirror, which is a conduit to your higher self. As it feels complete for you, allow yourself to shift. You rotate around away from the mirror. With gratitude for this visitation upon the cloud with your higher self, you find yourself slipping back onto the rainbow and sliding gleefully downward until you land back in the stars where your Merkaba effortlessly carries you home. Returning to your home environment and resting with this orb of light continuing to hold and support you. Resting the Merkaba and allowing for that energy to relax, at least relaxing your awareness of it. Perhaps you'll notice that it continues to stay activated in a subtle way. This harmonious dance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine that exists within each of us, which is our birthright. Allowing for some time and space here to rest with your journey's information, soft in the body, soft with the breath, soft with your inner gaze. Soft in the body, soft in the breath, soft with your inner gaze, aware of the orb of light around you and the photons of light continuing to spiral around within you. Consider playing within this golden orb of light. And imagine you might be able to expand this orb to fill the room that you're sitting in. Imagine what it would feel like if this golden orb of light that surrounds you was able to expand into the entirety of the space that you are occupying. Expanding that orb of light to fill your room, perhaps even your whole home. Perhaps even your whole community. Know that it might ebb and flow and fluctuate, and maybe it feels a little like a boomerang, expanding out for a breath and coming back in. And just notice your ability to play with the expansion of your higher self. This orb of light flowing around you and flowing through you, creating a space that is pure, unconditional love. The ultimate in stability, the ultimate in protection. Perhaps you'll choose to moderate the size of your golden orb and find some arrangement that feels just right for you in this moment. Thanking your higher self for this experience of expansion and activation. Thanking your higher self for any and all information that arose in this practice and that will arise following it. Perfectly at home in this golden orb of light. There's no need to disconnect from this sun, shine above you. It's there all the time, whether you're paying attention to it or not. That golden thread of light spiraling between our crown chakra and the ball of burning love above us. Always present, always available, always love. We can bring our fingertips together in front of our solar plexus here and remind ourselves of our ability to feel that energy even between our hands. And perhaps consider this touchstone gesture as a place to go to connect to our higher self anytime we need to. Soft in the body, soft with the breath, soft with your inner gaze. Bringing palms together now and chin to chest. Taking a few breaths here as we return our attention fully to our physical vehicle. Breathing into the back of the neck. Relaxing the shoulders. And ultimately lifting the head once again. May the long-time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And may the pure light within guide you all the way on. Namaste. Thank you so very much for being here now.